Today we're having brunch on board the Disney Magic at Palo. People say this is some of the best brunch you can find anywhere, and as a huge fan of brunch myself, I am so excited to be experiencing Palo for the very first time. I'm gonna show you what it's like to dine at this elegant, adult-exclusive restaurant aboard the Disney Cruise Line. I'm gonna be ordering a ton of food, and I'll let you guys know if I think it's worth the splurge. Is a restaurant aboard every Disney cruise ship, and reservations fill up fast. But we were lucky enough to snag one for our day, docked in Nassau, Bahamas, right next to the beautiful Margaritaville at sea. And since we aren't getting off the ship, we figured this was the perfect time to dine at Palo. This is such a long time in the making, and guys, I am so excited. In fact, when I told all of my Disney cruise loving pals on my last cruise in November that I was not dining at Palo, they were very upset with me. But I assured them it would be scheduled for my next Disney cruise. I have literally never heard a bad thing about Palo. It is such a beloved spot, and you can find this restaurant aboard every Disney Cruise Line ship in the fleet. Now, this is an adults-only restaurant, so no kiddos are allowed, and brunch here does come with an additional cost of $50. But it is all you can eat, and for the quality of food that I'm expecting, that sounds like a pretty good deal. Let's head up to Deck 10 and check it out. All right, we have made our way inside Palo, and like I've mentioned already 100 times, I am so excited to finally be dining here. I've seen videos and photos of this restaurant for so long, and after 29 years, it's finally happening. Now, luckily for us, we did get the biggest table in the house, right in the center, and there's really not a bad table in this restaurant. All of them are overlooking wherever you're docked or wherever you're at sea. There's big windows surrounding every table. Another thing I really enjoy about this restaurant, just first impressions walking in, is the open kitchen right there, right behind us actually. So we're gonna be able to watch them make all of our food if we want. And they have like a fresh pizza oven. I see them making waffles back there, pasta. We've got a lot to enjoy. But before I show you guys the menu, we have to talk about the beverages. Now, everyone is offered a welcome cocktail. You can either choose from a mimosa or just a glass of Prosecco. You know, we gotta get the best of values. This is a $50 all-you-can-eat meal. Comes with a drink, so we gotta go just straight up Prosecco here. Cheers, guys, to the Disney Magic. Our table is so large, I can only cheers in actually a couple of you. Cheers. Cheers over there.
Let's book the next one.
Yeah, let's book. Let's book Palo for the next one already. Cheers, guys. Perfect start to brunch.
So I ordered tea. I only drink fruity teas or plain old Lipton, so they brought me a fruity tea, and look at what I got, a flight of sugar. So I have 4 different choices I can make to put inside my tea.
I think fancy. I think this is a first. After enjoying our Prosecco, I want to show you guys a little look at the menu here. And guys, there is so much to choose from. Of course, like I said, you could order as much of it as you'd like. You're going to start with some Antipasti. You can choose a seafood one or just an Italian meat one. And I think we're going to go with the Italian meats. I've heard very good things about that one. There are some egg dishes, a cheese and ham frittata, a zucchini frittata, a 3-cheese omelet, a tomato and onion omelet, or some poached eggs, aka some eggs Benny. Right next to eggs, we've got some waffles and pancakes. These are going to be the giant Mickey waffles, but I hear they're better than any Mickey waffle you could find anywhere. They have a strawberry one, an apple cinnamon one. They also have some buttermilk pancakes and some blueberry pancakes. But moving on down, the rest is going to be more of our lunchy kind of things. We've got some soups, a tomato basil and celery soup. We've got some pizzas, some flatbreads. These are just like personal pizzas here, and they also have a calzone that I've seen everywhere on the interwebs that I must try. Some entrees down here, an eggplant rollatini, some chicken parm, which is another highlight I hear, some lasagna, veal saltimbocca, wild mushroom ravioli, some red snapper, and some steak. And just to remind you again, we can literally order as much of it as we want, and I hear that they encourage you to order as much as you want. We want to try it all. But before we get to any of the food, first, bread.
From the oven, I have almond croissant and plain croissant, okay? From this one, I have Nutella muffin, blueberry muffin, and this one is pasta filo with mixed berries. Which one would you like it?
Can I try all 3?
Sure.
So we do have some savory bread as well as some sweet breads. Here, if I could remember correctly, this is a ciabatta. This is a focaccia with some cheese, maybe some gorgonzola on top. This is a Mediterranean one, and then we have some crostini and some lavash bread over there. And then here are our sweets. This is like a Nutella roll. This is some type of other sweet pastry with some custard and fruit. And I believe this one here was a blueberry muffin, but the highlight of all of them I'm hearing is this almond croissant. You could get an almond croissant or a regular croissant, but I hear this is the one you have to try. We have to start with this almond croissant here. Like I said, this has been hyped up so much to me. It's nice and warm. It is just flaking right apart. Oh yeah, we've got some almond filling on the center. It reminds me of like an Italian pastry. There's almonds encrusting the outside. That is so good. I love the crunch that the almonds give to the outside of this croissant here. And the inside filling is like that almond frangipane filling that I really like. It tastes similar to like a pinoli cookie dough on the inside. It is absolutely delicious. The croissant is nice and buttery and flaky. Soft and delicate. I understand the hype. Get the almond croissant. We'll continue with the rest of our sweet pastries here. We've got the little fruit tart with the custard. I really like the filling because it's not that sweet. However, I feel like the outside, the actual pastry part, tastes like something you could kind of get from the buffet. So, onto the Nutella roll. And oh my god, when I picked this up, you could see the chocolate just like oozing out of the end. Dom is giving me the thumbs up that this was good. And I trust him. Just judging by the Nutella out the end like that, it looks very strange, I will admit, but it looks good. Why did I have to do that, coming out of the bottom like that? Ryan would like this pastry. I mean, it tastes like Nutella, but I feel like the pastry is lacking a little bit.
It's like a sweet bread with Nutella.
Yeah, it's like a sweet Hawaiian roll almost, with a little bit of a glaze and Nutella. Yeah, if you love Nutella, I mean, that is just perfect for you. I think it's just personally okay though. And then we've got this blueberry muffin. There's some oats on the top, and the oats are flying off. I had a blueberry muffin at breakfast yesterday, and it wasn't great because there weren't a lot of blueberries, but that is not the case here. There are so many blueberries in this blueberry muffin. Oh my god, yeah, it's just crumbling off. I can't even break it apart. There's almost more blueberries than actual muffin. I think that's my favorite of the three just because I love blueberry muffins, but honestly, next time, I'd skip all three of these, save space in my stomach, and just get the almond croissant and start with this one. Finally, these savory pastries. And this one here is like a little Mediterranean roll with some olives and some spinach on the inside. Oh yeah, look at the inside of that. Wow, that looks really good. And that is absolutely loaded with all those different veggies in there. I really like the flavor of the brininess and the saltiness that the olives give this bread here. That is a good one, but I am more excited for this roll with the cheese. I think it's a gorgonzola. Like, I can't even remember. There was so much brought to the table right away that I can't even remember what is in half of these, but I think that this is Bethany's favorite right here, right? Focaccia with the cheese. Yeah, that one is really good. The cheese is so sharp. It's definitely like a little gorgonzola kind of blue in there, which I only like blue cheese and gorgonzola cheese when they're like tastefully done, and it's just like the slightest hint of that like strong flavor. And I think this is done really, really well. It smells great. It tastes great. Now, I might skip the ciabatta and the breadsticks just because they sound more basic, and we have so much food coming that, again, stomach space is going to be very valuable in this meal because I need to be able to try as much as possible for my first time at Palo Brunch. So I think I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this and then wait for our next course. We actually just placed everything, so they kind of take your order all at once, so be ready. I believe if you wanted additional stuff on top of that, you can kind of order throughout your meal as well if you needed a little bit more. But we pretty much ordered the whole menu right from the jump. All right, so I'm here dining at Palo for brunch with my friend Allie, who does have a gluten allergy, and she was here for dinner last night. She said this is the best bread she has ever had. The best gluten-free bread. That's where the gluten was. She says this is the best gluten-free bread ever, and she said I had to try it. And I definitely want to. It looks like it's brushed with a little like pesto oil, basil oil or something. Very good. And I'll tell you, it certainly feels like normal bread. Yeah. It really does. Get the middle? Okay, okay. I'll get that part. Yeah.
It tastes like regular bread.
It's really good. If you handed me this and told me it was regular bread, I would 100% believe you. I love that basil oil on there. Honestly, after that gorgonzola onion, this like bread, this is probably the best bread on the table right now. And if you guys want to see more gluten-free Palo reviews, head over to Ali and Dom's Wild Ride. I'm going to put a link to their channel in the description. They're filming a video as well, and you're going to be able to see all of the gluten-free food that you could get here at the restaurant for brunch.
This one is brasola, prosciutto, coppa, salami, truffle cheese, a little bit of parmigiano, olive salata, and a little bit cherry bell pepper, a little bit.
Thank you. Okay, so we've got all the different kinds of meats and cheeses here, and the one that I am really interested in is this truffle cheese. I love truffle flavored anything, and I imagine it's going to be very good in cheese.
Oh yeah, if you want to throw it on her plate, give it to him.
Nice and soft. I was expecting it to be more of a hard cheese, but it's not. It's almost like a soft cheddar with some hints of truffle. Now we also have some Parmesan cheese on here, some little chunks. And it's kind of funny because the other day we went to the Cove Cafe, the adults only coffee bar, right outside by the adults only pool. And they had some little like cheese boards for you to snack on. They are included with your cruise. They do not cost extra. And it had these exact chunks of Parmesan, and I definitely went hard on these. So if you want to experience a little bit of Palo, but at no cost, go to Cove Cafe after I believe like 5 o'clock. You can get some parm with some olives and some brie cheese as well. That was really good, but now we've got it on our board here. We're gonna enjoy the rest of this, and then, like I said, we ordered so much food, so we're gonna be on to the next in just a minute. So for our first course that has arrived to the table, this is more of the breakfast kind of course. We've got our eggs Benedict. They have a couple of different ones you could choose from. I went with the classic rosemary ham Benedict, and then I also got the apple cinnamon Mickey waffle. You can of course choose how you'd like your egg. I went over easy. Let's see how that turned out. Quite perfect, if you ask me. I have been eating some eggs Benedict on the buffet every morning for breakfast from Cabanas, but this definitely looks like a step above that. That one is just pretty, it's honestly a below average Benedict, but I am expecting good things from this one. The English muffin is buttered and toasted to perfection. The real standout is the ham. Ali just mentioned it. The ham is such high quality. You can taste those hints of rosemary really coming through. Of course, the egg is cooked perfectly, and the hollandaise sauce on top is a lighter, thinner version of hollandaise. Like sometimes you get hollandaise, especially on the buffet, it's like super thick. This is more of like a thin version, and it just seeps into every part of this Benedict here, but man, this is really, really good. That ham though is killer. The ham is fantastic, yes. This is probably, I'm an Eggs Benedict person. If I go to breakfast at a Disney restaurant or something like that, I'm typically ordering Eggs Benedict. And this might be one of the best ones I've ever had. And it's because of that ham. The ham is really good. I love the Eggs Benedict at the Grand Flow Cafe, at Steakhouse 71. I think those are two of the best. But this, the ham sets it apart for sure. Now onto the waffles. So I got the apple waffle. My mom decided to get the strawberry Mickey waffle, and she noticed something cool.
Yeah, there's a fresh strawberry inside that they cooked in the batter.
Yeah, so they put some strawberry compote on top, and then there's strawberries inside. So these are definitely some different Mickey waffles. Does it taste different than a Mickey waffle?
These are not your buffet waffles. This is really good.
All right, my mom had a little surprise treat inside of her waffle. Now, I did decide to go with the apple cinnamon waffle. They already put all the toppings and stuff on top, and it's like some apples. I see some raisins in there, and I'm not a big fan of raisins. We've also got a little syrup on top already as well, but I'm hoping that there are some apples actually baked into this waffle here.
Thank you so much.
I'm not sure. Maybe just not that bite, but maybe they're, let's see, maybe they're in there elsewhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're baked in there for sure. First Mickey waffle at Palo. I don't know what it is about this waffle. It tastes different.
So
It's like thicker, more cakey. almost more of like a cakey waffle. While that waffle is probably one of the best Mickey waffles I have had, do I think it's something that you really need to order here at Palo? Probably not. It definitely tastes higher quality. It definitely tastes better than your typical Mickey waffle, but it doesn't taste like that far off to where you like have to come here and order it, just because there's so many other good things that we're probably going to try today. And today, unfortunately, we're missing out on Churro Mickey Waffle Day. If you didn't know, you didn't miss out. You went to the buffet. You sickos. You sickos. That's.
I only ate one.
You guys are sick. So if you didn't know, on like the last day of the last full morning of your Disney cruise, they bring out the Churro Mickey Waffles, and they're the mini Mickey waffles, just absolutely doused in cinnamon sugar. And I mean, those cannot be beat. They are so freaking good, and we unfortunately missed them today. It's worth missing them for Palo Brunch here. I am very sad about it. But all of that goes to say, the waffle here was very good and very high quality. But I don't think you need to order it. The churro waffles are better. Next course is going to be our soups. There were 2 to choose from, and I love a good soup. So we got both here. Me and my mom are going to share the celery soup as well as the tomato basil soup. And I hear the tomato basil soup is a must order here. Now, I like tomato soup. I like more of like a creamy tomato soup, but it's very rare that I just eat like a tomato soup straight up. I pretty much only eat it when it comes with the grilled cheese. But I hear this one is so good. We had to try it out.
I mean, to me, honestly, it's just your basic tomato soup. I don't think it's anything.
Really? Everyone goes crazy over this soup here. I can't believe you're not loving it.
It tastes like, I hate to say this, but honestly, like Campbell's tomato soup. I'm not kidding. My grandmother used to make pastina with tomato soup, and this tomato soup tastes like that, I think.
No way. I have to try it out for myself. So I can see the Campbell's reference. What I think this has in it that makes it a little different is some balsamic vinegar, because it has a little bit of like a vinegary, salty brininess to it, and it's also a little bit sweet. So I feel like they definitely put some balsamic vinegar in here to flavor the soup, and I enjoy it. It's not my favorite. I prefer more of a creamy tomato soup, like I mentioned, and I feel like there's potentially not any cream in this at all. Do I think it's good? Yes, but I had very high expectations for this, and I do not think that they're being met. I'm also not getting many hints of like basil in there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even taste that at all.
I don't taste much basil at all, but Dom has been raving about this celery soup, so we gotta try that next. Now this soup here is surprising me a little bit, because I totally expected this sausage to be like crumbled, spicy Italian sausage, but they're kind of like little sausage medallions. So they're not kind of crumbled throughout, but I want to try the soup just like on its own first. Ooh, it's like a thick chicken stock, almost like. Very flavorful. If you're worried about the celery, I would say it doesn't really taste like celery. It tastes like they like cooked the veggies and that you have in like a chicken noodle soup, blended them together and poured them in like some more chicken broth with some cream and stuff. I think it's very good. It's very flavorful. I love the crunchy croutons. It's not very spicy, also, if you're worried about that. Yeah, not spicy really at all. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but if I had to choose one of the soups again, it would be the celery here. I call this next course our 4th course, the Italian course. We've got all of our Italian lunch items here, starting with this chicken parm. A lot of people say this is like the greatest chicken parm they have actually ever had in their life. So again, I feel like I keep saying that with like every dish that people just rave about, but this is probably my most anticipated item. I am so excited to try this chicken parm. We also got this calzone, and this is like the most beautiful calzone I have actually ever seen in my entire life. If you look up a calzone in the dictionary, this would be the photo of it. It looks so good. And then we've got our pizza here. You could do half and half pizza, so that's exactly what I did. I got the half goat cheese and sun-dried tomato pizza, and then I also got half of the signature Palo pizza, which is a gorgonzola and grape pizza. It sounds really weird. I hear it's really good, and that is actually not even on the menu. It's something you kind of just have to know about to order. But I love that they're able to do like half and half pizzas here. So you could try a little bit of everything if you'd like. And like I said, I'm most excited to try this chicken parm. So this is what we're going for first. Let's cut into this here. And the chicken is supposed to be like a Parmesan crusted chicken. So I'm not really sure if there's breadcrumbs on this or it's just with the Parmesan, but it looks really good. Super cheesy. If you're noticing underneath, this is some risotto. It's not served over pasta. It's served over risotto, which sounds good to me. Let's cut into this bad boy here, guys. This looks so good. Cheers. Okay, this chicken parm is good. It's thin. It's super cheesy like I expected.
That's very
However, I'm a little bit let down as well. I'm used to some really good chicken parm. I'm from New Jersey. If you've ever been to Spirito's in Elizabeth, New Jersey, RIP, the restaurant closed. The greatest chicken parm, raviolis, Italian food in the world was at Spirito's in Elizabeth, New Jersey. That's definitely better than this, which I guess is that's like an old school Italian joint with like 80-year-old grandmas running it, okay? So obviously that's going to be better. I guess I just had higher hopes. Not that this is bad or anything. It's still really, really good. And I would definitely order this next time I come as well. But I think my expectations were a little bit unrealistic for it. And I think my mom agrees. It's good. It's good chicken parm, but it's not some of the best I've had. I do like that it's served on top of some risotto. You're right. It's undercooked.
And it has an excellent flavor.
It does. You can taste the white wine in there.
It's definitely undercooked.
A little bit undercooked. Dom, did you save me some of your lasagna?
I saved you a little bit because it was really, really good. So I'm excited for you to try it.
Dom is saying this is like the best lasagna he's ever had. So, high praise. All right. Let's see if he's right. They have a really good lasagna over at Trattoria Al Forno. They changed it though, so it's not as good as it used to be. That's really good. You're right. The pasta just melts in your mouth, as does the meat. I feel like it's the perfect ratio of noodle to sauce to cheese to meat. And I would actually even say this is better than the chicken parm.
Yeah.
My opinion. I think this is really, really good. I would get this over the chicken parm for sure. But now for the pizza and the calzone, and I think first I've got to cut into this little beauty, this big beauty here. This is huge. Let's see what we're working with on the inside. I don't even know how to cut this. This is crazy. Oh, it's nice and like pillowy. Did you guys see how it just like, wow. It is so hot, guys. I'm burning my hands off just cutting through this. Okay, let's see the center. I don't even know what's in this. Wow. Okay, some peppers I see, some prosciutto, of course a ton of cheese. This looks like a really good calzone. I could smell those peppers in there. It smells like sausage and peppers almost, which I love a good sausage and pepper, and of course there is so much cheese in here. It's burning hot. It's still steaming. Those sweet peppers in there are excellent. The salty cheese and the prosciutto are really, really good. And that dough, the dough is just fantastic. This is one of the better calzones I've had. I'm not someone who typically like orders a calzone, but this has got to be up there. And they are making them fresh right at the pizza oven over there. The dough, all that stuff, they are hand stuffed and hand baked back there. Now for the pizza here, and just like the calzone, they're making this fresh, of course. Like I said, I got half of their signature style with the gorgonzola and grape, and it sounds so interesting. I just had to try it. It also looks like there's some honey on there. It looks like it's going to be quite sweet, which I like. Good floppage, good flop control on this pizza. That's actually really, really good. And all of the honey on there really balances out everything very nicely. I haven't gotten a bite with the grape yet, so let me do that.
See how I have all of you with the plate?
It works. This is the perfect, if you're someone who likes a charcuterie board with a little bit of sweet with your cheese, this is just that. It is really, really good, and I was so skeptical because I just don't love gorgonzola, but I would order this again and again. The crust, really good slice. Now, goat cheese and sun-dried tomato. Again, good flop control. Opposed to gorgonzola, I love goat cheese, so this should be good. And it is. It's pretty much just a plain cheese pizza with some sun-dried tomatoes on top. And they didn't cook the goat cheese into the pizza. It's kind of just sprinkled on afterwards. I wish they did kind of cook it with the pizza there to make it a little more like melty, but it's nice and creamy. It adds a good tang to the pizza. But I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually think the gorgonzola and grape one I like a little bit better. They're both good, don't get me wrong. But that one was just so unique. I feel like it's a pizza you can't really get anywhere else. So I think I like that one better. Oh man, guys, we still have more. Our dessert choices. We could get a warm amaretto chocolate fondant. Chocolate fondant, huh? An Italian zabaglione, a limoncello torte, a buttermilk panna cotta, a chocolate raspberry tart, or a warm apple cinnamon sticky bun. But we have something coming before we get to our desserts. Thank you. Wow.
Creamy, delicious.
You know we had to try a Palo Espresso Martini. We've tried a couple of them on this ship so far. We've tried the Espresso Martini flight at Keys. It was okay. We had the Espresso Martini at the Cove Cafe that we absolutely loved. Me, Dom, and Allie all loved it. And I'm hearing this one is pretty good as well. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Very heavy espresso flavor. Can't taste much of the alcohol, but I feel like we gotta know it's in there. That foam on top, although it doesn't look thick, it tastes so creamy almost. It is really, really good. I feel like a strong espresso flavor, espresso martini.
They're very similar.
This is good. For dessert, my mom decided to get that limoncello tart, and I actually decided to get the Italian zabaglione as the recommendation from our server. And this definitely looks a little bit different than I had expected initially. It looks like almost like a creme brulee kind of custard on top, and it looks like they've done a little brulee to the top potentially, and it's just over some berries. So this should be a good like light dessert to end with. It's definitely thicker and more yellow, and I believe that's because they said it's actually made with egg yolks. We got some berries, we got some cream.
Yeah, this is good.
Almost tastes like they've got a little Grand Marnier in that cream there. And it's not super heavy, which is perfect. So I'm really glad that I decided to go with this here. Little berries, a little cream. Nothing to write home about, but good. The real winner of this dessert round is Espresso Martini.
That one's the winner now.
That one's so good.
All right, we just finished up brunch. I'm asking everyone their favorite thing that they ate today. Allie, you first.
That gluten-free chicken parmesan, baby. I think it's better than Trattoria Al Forno's gluten-free chicken parm over there. I know my answer's different because it was gluten-free, but man, that thing was good.
Favorite thing you ate today at Palo Brunch?
It's hard to narrow it down. That sun-dried tomato on the flatbread was good.
The bread?
Oh, the bread was good, but there were more options. And the dessert, the chocolate raspberry dessert was probably my favorite bite of the day.
Dom, favorite thing you ate today? Overlooking the beautiful Margaritaville at sea. Look at this picturesque scene we've created here.
I have to. I might have to switch boats. That looking at that, it's always 5 o'clock over there, so the cruise never ends. It's such a hard question because everything I had was so good, but the lasagna for me was the star of the show. It was so perfectly cooked. The noodles just melted in your mouth. Perfect amount of cheese. Sauce was great. Honorable mention is that celery soup as well. I feel like it'd be a disservice to not mention that. It was an excellent soup. So I would recommend anyone do Palo Brunch here on board the Disney Magic.
And last but certainly not least, the hardest to please. I don't even want to know what your favorite thing was. I'm nervous for this one.
I wanted to love the chicken parm, but I couldn't love it because the risotto was so undercooked. It was like crunchy. But honestly, my best bite, the croissant.
The almond croissant, that's a
that
solid.
was good. And the bite I had one bite of their chocolate tour, and I love that with the raspberry. That was definitely the way to go.
And as for myself, my favorite bite of the day, shockingly, I I might say that Eggs Benedict. I do truly think that was one of the best Eggs Benedicts I have ever had. I really, really enjoyed that. Now, I did enjoy pretty much everything that I ate today. I thought everything was good. It was all very enjoyable, very good. And I think the main highlight to Palo Brunch is the price. Yes, you're already paying for the cruise where all of the food is pretty much included. So it does sting a little to have to pay a little bit extra to go to a specialty restaurant. But I think it's just that. I think it's so worth it. It is a specialty restaurant. While the service on a Disney cruise is really, really good, the service at Palo just takes it up just a bit of a notch there. And not only is the service a bit better, the food is definitely a lot better than anything you're going to find in the main dining rooms here aboard a Disney cruise line. I think, like I said, everything we tried at Palo was really good. But I may have gone in with some unrealistic expectations just because it's been hyped up to me for all these years. So I did think the food was going to be maybe a little bit better. But with that being said, I still thoroughly enjoyed everything that I ate today. And I think that $50 price tag is beyond fair. I mean, you get so much food, and just the level of food and the level of service that you receive for only $50. I mean, if that brunch was on shore somewhere, that would probably be $150 brunch. If it was only a $50 brunch, I'd be going there on a weekly basis. But it would be way more if you got that level of food and that level of service on a shoreside brunch. It is so windy, guys, here in the Bahamas. But it's definitely worth it. For $50, that's probably something that I do like every cruise. And alongside the $50 all you care to enjoy brunch, they also offer dinner at Palo, which my friends Allie, Dom, they went to last night, and they just rave about the dinner there. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back and try Palo dinner, maybe on my next cruise. For dinner, they do have a $50 prefix. I believe it's a 4-course meal, or you can order a la carte. Another option if you wanted to enjoy Palo dinner is they do have a bar on the Magic. There are 8 seats at the bar, and for dinner service, you can order drinks and you can order food directly at the bar if you can't find yourself a reservation. For brunch, you can only order drinks at the bar. You're not able to order the food since it is that kind of $50 set price. But I definitely think that's a great option for dinner, and I want to go back soon for dinner because they have this chocolate tart that, again, is something that I've been hearing everyone rave about. So I guess we'll just have to wait for our next Disney cruise, which hopefully is coming soon. Whether you want to come for dinner or brunch, definitely make sure you try to get a reservation way early in advance when you book your cruise, because they do fill up quite fast. And like I said, I'll be back for dinner, and I will definitely be back for brunch again too. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. This is the final vlog of our Disney Magic sailing here. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Shout out to everyone over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you guys on shore in the next one. Bye.